Trees are essential to life. There are thousands of tree species that contribute to high biodiversity, as well as allowing us to live and go on with our day. These trees are the reason we can carry out certain tasks, like eating an apple, doing our homework, sitting down, but ultimately breathing. But imagine if there were no trees. Suddenly these everyday simple tasks could not be completed, and life would be nearly impossible. But what if I told you in one instance that this has already happened to the most perfect tree, the American chestnut tree? But what tree is that? Why is it gone? Where did it go? And why should we care?
Let's start with what the American chestnut is. The American chestnut provides a nut suitable to eat and feeds animals like squirrels and pigs. The American chestnut is also a lightweight wood that is rot resistant, perfect for building fences and making furniture. The value of the American chestnut in the timber industry was a whopping $10 million in 1909. Before a fungus called the chestnut blight infected the American chestnut tree population, this tree accounted for a fourth of all trees in Appalachia, but now it is nearly impossible to find a single chestnut tree at all. The blight only infected the American chestnut because it was not resistant to it, unlike other trees such as eastern hemlocks, beech trees, or pine trees. Now, let's dive into the history of the American chestnut. As mentioned previously, the chestnut blight, the killer of the tree, was discovered in 1904 in the Bronx Zoo by Herman Merkel. This discovery prompted the opening of the USDA Laboratory for Forest Pathology in 1907. 3 years later, 10 states reported that their chestnut trees had been infected by the chestnut blight. Then, in 1912, the Pennsylvania Tree Blight Commission was formed, with the mission of cutting all the infected trees in an attempt to save the healthy trees. Later, in 1926, the U.S. Forest Service recommended that all non-infected chestnut trees be cut down for money before they became infected and lost all their value. In 1950, the USDA declared the American chestnut had become functionally extinct. Finally, in 1983, the American Chestnut Foundation was formed in efforts to restore the American chestnut trees. Now imagine this happened to your favorite tree. Maybe it's an apple tree or a Christmas tree. Maybe picture a tree in your backyard. Now what if this tree was gone? Wouldn't you want to save it? So the real question is, what can we do to save our trees?
This tree is restored, and this is part of the restoration project right here, what we're doing today. It's going to be people like you that do it. Yours is the generation that will finish this job. Anybody who wants to contribute to this, they could contribute financially. This costs money to do all this work, even though we've got volunteer labor. But you could contribute financially or do like you guys are doing today and contribute your labor to plant trees or weed orchards or spread mulch or whatever. But your time is what we need.
In order to save our trees, we need you. If you save the trees, not only do you save the trees themselves, you save the wildlife and you. Fund, volunteer, and advocate for the American Chestnut Foundation for a better tomorrow.